So many. Anyway, keep going. So you
Yeah.
could say you could be married. Got married
So
early.
yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, we got married early. We got a we had our first child 7 years after we were married, and then
Yeah.
and then we had another one. So we got two kids.
Yeah.
Man, and it's so crazy because all even throughout our marriage, we've always looked at people who got divorced or even people who were just in relationships
Yeah.
and it didn't work out, and it just wonder why they got to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
After it ends, why do you see these women keeping their kids away from the
Yeah.
dad, and
Yeah.
just all that kind of stuff. We just talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Little did we know that one day, our time was coming.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, man, it's hurtful as it was to have to end it. And I say this, and this sounds crazy to some people, and some people will understand it, some people will never understand it. We ended the marriage, but we saved our relationship.
Wow.
We saved our friendship.
Yeah.
And had we not done it when we did, we wouldn't be friends today.
Wow.
Period.
Yeah.
And so because we did what we did, we still have a good relationship. We talk constantly. We ain't fighting over no kids. We ain't fighting over nothing.
That's great. That's amazing.
And that's really a blessing. And I always tell people, no matter what situation, I'm going to make the best. I'm gonna make the best out of whatever. I take that scripture for real when it says all things work together for good. Like, I take that to heart. And so no matter what happens to me, I try to turn it around and make sure it's working for good. I'm gonna make it try to work.
Yeah. I know.
That's just my mindset. And so it was, don't get me wrong, it was tough.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, immediately when I tell you I got therapy, like, some people be too prideful and all that kind of stuff, or they just don't think therapy works, or they think that if you get a therapist, they mean you crazy. Or,
right. No.
I had two therapists, a counselor. I had a team. You know what I'm saying? To get me to where I am today. Yeah, because otherwise, man, I would have just been crying every day. Honestly, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I did for a while.
Yeah.
But I came out of it. I was like, Carlton, you cannot. You got too much stuff to do, man.
Yeah.
Like, you have to come out of this.
Yeah.
And you got to make this work in the best possible way.
That's great.
So, I believe, I ain't ever gonna tell anybody to get a divorce. Ever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it don't have to be ugly.
It doesn't have to be.
It is literally a decision to be made on whether it's gonna be ugly or not.
Exactly.
Like, and if nobody else, if you don't get anything else out of my experience from this, I want to show people, and even me and Tiff have talked about, showing people that you can still be friends after a marriage ends. It don't have to.
That's good.
Like, y'all don't understand how much effect it has on your kids.
Yeah.
On how you treat each other.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them feeling like it's their fault and all that kind of. I know people that are older now that say they wish their parents would have got a divorce because it didn't make sense to stay together. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy hearing that.
Yeah.
Especially from somebody rooted in church and all that kind of stuff.
No.
It sounds
I know.
crazy. But I'm just telling you what somebody told me,
Yeah.
But it's like, man, it's like sometimes I ain't gonna go at it like that, but because some people can't handle this conversation.
No.
I can really talk about it.
But you gotta really talk about it, man. Let us know.
Yeah, but you gotta know when it's done.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say it like that.
Yeah.
And because we were smart enough to do what we did when we did it, our kids are still happy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We, like I said, we still have a good relationship. We're not fighting each other, and we can be an example to other people who have went through the same thing, to let them know, look, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't just make your life miserable just because you're trying to get back, or you're trying to make somebody else's life miserable because you mad at what happened or what. No, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally a decision that two people can make, that, hey, we're gonna make this new type of relationship work.
Yeah.
Especially for our kids and just for us. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now, being single, like, this is interesting because I think I got married when I was 23.
Right.
I'm from a country. I am not from the city.
Okay.
Like, her either. Like, we both were from. Her town was a little bit bigger than mine, but like, we not from no Houston or no Dallas, nothing like that. So here being in Atlanta, and plus when I got when I got married, I was broke. I ain't gonna lie. Look, when I talk about, I mean, I lost my job the 2 days before we got married.
Wow.
Pawn my keyboard on the way to the honeymoon.
Wow.
So we could actually get there, and then lost it.
Wow.
So like we didn't have, I didn't have nothing back then. Like, she, yeah. So now it's like I'm in Atlanta. We got a nice whip. I ain't gonna lie. And
nice crib.
Like,
yeah.
So it's like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, like, coming from being married when you were 23, like I wasn't really on no dating scene. Like I told you, I didn't have nothing. Anybody wasn't trying to date me with no money or no nothing, right? And so now I'm 39. I'm in Atlanta where the ratio is 14-1, probably higher than that now with the pandemic. Everybody moving here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
got money, got a car, got experience, got it all to go along with it.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm at first I was a little paranoid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting used to the idea. It's settling in on me now.
Yeah.
But I'm very careful. I'm very cautious. Yeah. I don't let everybody in my space, man, because these folks.
Oh no, yeah, no, I get it.
Pretty interesting out here.
I get it, and then plus, like you said, we came up in a time where dating was different. You know what I mean? Like man, you talking about getting close to 20 years ago. Probably when I don't know how long you guys dated before y'all got married. We dated 3 years before we got married.
We dated a couple of months before I proposed. We were married. We had started dating and were married in 6 months.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We dated I proposed to my wife 3 times. Once a year, and then she finally kind of came, but we were young. We was babies.
Yeah.
I met her. I was 19. She was 18. I was 19, about to turn 20, and she was 18, about to turn 19. So yeah, we were still babies, and so she was trying to get her life started and figure out what she would. Both of us were still trying to figure it all out. But here I am. This dude is just like, "Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me?" And it was like, we just met,
Right.
So she was. It took that much. I was ready. I was on go from the moment. I knew she was my wife when I first met her, because like I asked guys like, when I see her, I want to know that's my wife. I was like, because things that I've been through, but I was like, when I meet my wife, I want to know it's her. And I met her, and I knew it was her, and I was just like, I'm ready to go. This is my wife. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to go. That's just what it is. And so dating was different back then. Like it was, there was social media.
None of that stuff. None of that. Mad. You like her picture?
Right.
No, man. They didn't have all that back then.
Yeah. Cell phones was just, you flip them open. You had a little, you on this vibe of like. What up? And it was different times. Technology was not
dating apps.
It wasn't none of that kind of stuff. It was just, that's why I tell my boys now, like my boys are starting to get, like my oldest is 15, about to turn 16. And so I'm telling them now, like, look, when you meet a girl, I tell them all the time, I have a 3-date rule. Like, this is what I said, 3 date to know if this is the girl for you. The first date, take her swimming, because that'll show you what's real and what's fake right out the gate.
Man, you know what? Oh my God, bro, these filters, man.
Oh, bro,
I promise you, I'm gonna come out with an app to unfilter.
Unfilter. I'm telling you, I take her swimming. First date, take her swimming, so that way you get to see. Tell her to wear 2-piece. Tell her to wear a 2-piece. That way she can't hide what's there. I said second date, if that's cool, she passed that, she's still cool. Second date, just chill, relax. Make it a real chill moment, relax and rest. Like tell her to wear sweats and a t-shirt. And then when she comes up, when she shows up to the date, just chill. When she shows up, hand her a bonnet, like one of those little hair scarves. Tell her to put it on. If she still looks cute with the bonnet on, you pass date 2, because that's what you're going to be seeing when you come home every day. God. You ain't going to be seeing her all dolled up, makeup, lashes, all of that stuff like that. Body. No, when you come home from a long day of work, she going to be sitting on the couch with that bonnet on, bro. And so, third date, go see your mama. Go see your mama on the third date, because if you go see your mama, that's how she gonna look at 20 years. If mama's banging, and mama still looks good 20 years from now, you know,
Right.
that's your 3 date. Then you can proceed after that with caution. That's my
Right.
that's what I teach my boys. But no, it's a different world to date in, and it's even really honestly, even from the dating standpoint, it's a different world to be married in as well.
Man,
Because
it's just a different.
it's just a different world altogether. So I see people that get married, now, because we got almost, well, with dating, we got almost 20 years in the game now. And so it's like, it's a whole different world. And technology is, some people will say it's changed it for the better, but I feel like it's changed relationships for the worse in a lot of places. If you're not disciplined enough to do that. So I'll ask you this question related to marriage, and then we'll move on. This is the last question I want to ask you about that, is because I'm always a cautionary tale guy. I follow patterns. I look for and even if there's not patterns, I look for patterns. I try to find ways to push and succeed. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, I've always been the guy that looks at things and says like, okay, how can I saw that person run off the road, or they had an accident, or whatever. Okay, how can I avoid that? So in your marriage, and you don't have to get super, I know you're versed in talking about things without, just having to go into the crux of things. But what would you say would be, if you were talking to somebody who's, they may be like somewhere close to the path of where you ended up, but that's not necessarily, it could be, the crisis can be averted. What would, because I look at you and I look at myself in similar ways, like businessman, successful, married, children, and I look at them like, yo, that could happen to me and my wife. Like that, there's no reason to say. So what would you say are those warning signs, those things, and I know it's different for everybody, but what are those things that you say, if you were trying to give somebody advice to avert what you've had to go through, would you say is those things? So what's some advice you could give somebody in their marriage, having coming out of one, that didn't, it ended well. You guys ended well. You started, obviously you started well, you ended well. A lot of people, that's not going to be a lot of people's story, but we hope we just get, what's that advice? That's the basic thing.
Man, I'm going to say the best advice, man, you have to, and you hear people say this all the time. I never really understood it until after the fact. You got to love yourself first, man. Man, this goes for the man and the woman. If two people don't love themselves completely, man, you could be headed for destruction, for real. Yeah. I get it now more than ever, because you're taught that you got to make the other person happy. You got to do everything to make them. You can't make nobody happy, y'all.
Wow.
You cannot, especially if you ain't happy.
That's good,
man. Take care of yourself. You have to be you got to be selfish sometimes. Like, and they make selfish like it's a bad thing, and that's why people don't be loving themselves, because they feel bad for doing it. They feel bad for taking care of themselves. But selfish doesn't have to be a negative thing. It just means that you're taking care of yourself.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so I think when you do that, that opens you up to be able to love somebody the way that they need to be loved. But you just can't do it until you do it for yourself.
That's good, bro.
Can't. Yeah.
That's real solid. So that would be your solid advice, is love yourself. And
man, for real.
Yeah.